eating fruit is more hydrating than actually drinking water, and it
We
is.
really shouldn't drink water. Can you really tell them what you meant by that?
If you look, my manager Nabi got a bottle of water right now, H2O. What I'm saying is, and it's a concept, it's called H3O2, which is a real molecular molecule. What I'm saying is you get more hydration from your fruits than you do your actual water, H2O.
There's more minerals in
It's way more minerals. So when you drink, now don't get me wrong, when you drink spring water, there's minerals in spring water, but these are oxidized it comes from rocks. So like, for instance, they're able to get spring water, it has to go on a bed of rocks and collect all of the oxidized minerals that's already been utilized and put them in there, and then put them in the water bottle as a form of electrolytes. So you still getting, you still are hydrating yourself, but think about actual minerals that doesn't go through an oxidative stage, that still have their negative and a positive charge that come within the fruit. All the amino acids come within the fruit. If you get amino acids from spring water, it's actually coming from the marine life that's inside of the water. So fruits come with its own DNA. Fruit come with it.
Scientists just did some shit that should make everybody uncomfortable. They basically put a living fly into the matrix. You heard what I just said? Scientists put the brain of a living fly into the matrix. Oh, you don't believe me, right? Look at this shit. And I'm not talking about science fiction. Researchers actually took the brain structure of a fruit fly and uploaded it into a computer simulation. Not a cartoon version, an actual neural model of the fly's brain. They built a simulated body for the fly. They built a simulated environment for the fly, and they let the brain run. The crazy part, the digital fly started doing normal fruit fly behavior, moving around, exploring, reacting to certain surroundings, trying to eat simulated food. Look at this shit. This fly is just living life. But the crazy part, the fly has no idea it's inside a computer. This fly is in a simulation. And as far as the brain is concerned, the world around it is completely real. And once you think about that for a second, now it leads to a much bigger question. If scientists can simulate the brain of a fly and drop it into a digital world, I think you know where I'm going, right? What if we are living in a digital world? What if we're living in a...
Everything's conspiracies with him, not conspiracies. Conspiracy, singular. Reaching back to ancient Egypt, there's been a single cabal of powerful individuals directing the course of human history. But the common man prefers to believe they don't exist, which aids their success.
Global warming, military upheavals in the third world, actors elected to public office.
The spread of coffee bars, germs outpacing antibiotics, and boy bands? Come on, who would gain from all this? Who indeed?
Is real, what isn't. I did a whole deep dive because with CERN, a lot of people may or may not know what CERN is, but essentially it is a research collective by 25 different countries that all came together to build the Large Hadron Collider.
Funny how we can come together when it's some scientifical Dexter's Laboratory shit, right?
We're not even in there though. America, we're not in that group.
So we're not part of CERN at all?
No, CERN fired up in '08, right? The first time it ever fired up. So this is in Switzerland, in Geneva, to where it's 17 miles in circumference, right?
It's underground, right?
And it's underground.
How?
How?
I want you to think about this, yo. It's 17 miles underground.
Underground.
That kind of gives credence to what that Bush officials that came out and said, oh, we got underground cities across the whole country. That means it has to be infrastructure underground.
And essentially what they're doing is they are smashing subatomic particles almost at the speed of light. And they built this to discover what makes up the universe, or when the Big Bang happened, what happened right after that. So that's what they're answering these questions, or trying to answer these questions.
You don't break into my house, make a mistake, and then sue me because as an American, all right, as an American, I use my freedom of speech and I talk about how you wasn't supposed to be in my house in the first place. And I use my talent to pay for the damages you brought. I didn't go down here and sue the police department. I fixed up the damages they made, and I sung songs about them to raise money to do it. They were unapologetic, and I did it the most peaceful, positive way I thought I could. And I think I was a sport.
How many of y'all have a grandmother named Willie Mae? Anime, Lulame, Edname, Idame. How many of y'all have a grandmother named that? Or a great grandmother named that? Where do y'all think those names come from? Do anybody ever thought about that? Those were indigenous names that had to be changed over into American society. Like, for instance, May meant maiden, which was woman, queen, goddess, matriarch. That's what that meant in indigenous tribes, right? So Annie meant favor, a woman of favor. So favorist maiden would be an indigenous name to somebody. So when you change that name over to fit into American society, you say Anime. Eula, which is E-U-L-A, that was like a good speaking. Eula comes like from the word eulogy. So eulogy is like a presentation, a spoken word. Or if you wasn't a part of the hierarchy, because if you had May on the end of your name, you was called a maiden, you was part of the hierarchy in indigenous tribes.
Shout out to bro for that info. All right, this is my great grandmother, Annie Mae. Another great grandmother on my mother's side, same side, D May. Pay attention, America. Come on now. How much more can we show you? They're my grandparents, right? You can see that. Pay attention. This is my grandmother, my great grandmother, Eula May. See? Great grandmother, Eula Porter. What's it down here? Eula M. What do you think the M stand for? Eula May. How much more can we show you people? Shout out, bro, for that info. There you go.
Eating fruit is more hydrating than actually drinking water, and it
We
is.
really shouldn't drink water. Can you really tell them what you meant by that?
If you look, my manager Nabi got a bottle of water right now, H2O. What I'm saying is, and it's a concept, it's called H3O2, which is a real molecular molecule. What I'm saying is you get more hydration from your fruits than you do your actual water, H2O. There's more minerals. It's way more minerals. So when you drink, now don't get me wrong, when you drink spring water, there's minerals in spring water, but these are oxidized it comes from rocks. So like, for instance, they're able to get spring water, it has to go on a bed of rocks and collect all of the oxidized minerals that's already been utilized and put them in there, and then put them in the water bottle as a form of electrolytes. So you still getting, you still are hydrating yourself, but think about actual minerals that doesn't go through an oxidative stage, that still have their negative and a positive charge that come within the fruit. All the amino acids come within the fruit. If you get amino acids from spring water, it's actually coming from the marine life that's inside of the water. So fruits come with its own DNA. Fruit come with its own amino acids. Fruit come with its own minerals because it went through that phase where they exchanged.
Y'all, the internet has been on Jack Harlow's ass. Look at this shit. Like, what? The gentrification of Lauryn Hill is fucking insane. Rhythmless Nation. Jesus. Bitch, this killed me. The HOA, straight out of croutons. What's wrong with y'all? Y'all, bro, and this took me out. Suppressions. So, y'all ain't shit for this. Jack Harlow Vanilla, leave Michael alone. Let that man rest in peace. Solange. Oh, shit, I'm on the floor. I can't live my life this way. I can't live it this way. Look at
They call me Psycho because that stands for Prison System Yard Captain Hoover Official.
What changes that?
You still got that on your mind?
No.
Huh?
No.
You sure?
Yeah.
Because I waited on you that day. You had me sit down there and wait on your ass. You act like you had it on your fucking mind. I don't play like that, man. I ought to bust your ass on GP. I'm gonna let you make it though, nigga. You still got that on your mind?
This is the only one that I have seen myself. This is a king of America, probably the first king to ever invade Europe. Yeah, the Moors weren't the only ones. They didn't all come from Africa, they also came from this part of the world. One of the 3 Tartarian kings was killed. Were they all related? Well, are you ready for this? It's gonna get even crazier. I also wanted to show this. There is a lot of this information online. This is another one of the original Tartarians. One of the original Moorish Tartarians when they were combined. Morocco, Algeria, Egypt. Which wasn't in Africa, but I'm not doing that today. Okay, wait a minute. Hang on. Ready?
You want to know why Donald Trump is attacking Venezuela, Art? Venezuela has an oil deal with Iran. And as you know, Israel can't stand Iran. America can't stand Iran. Venezuela has an oil deal with Iran. That's not good for the Zionists. So they're making Donald Trump attack Venezuela in the name of the Zionists. And Trinidad and Tobago is standing with Trump, and so therefore Trump is elevating Nicki Minaj to national stature as a payback to the Trinidad and Tobago government. Art, Donald Trump can't get out of this if he wanted to. Whatever the Zionists tell him to do, he will do it. I heard J.D. Vance mention Nicki Minaj by name at least 4 times in his speech that he gave at Turning Point USA's conference in Phoenix on Sunday. He mentioned Nicki Minaj by name at least 4 times. And don't forget, Art, where was Nicki Minaj on November the 18th? On November the 18th, Nicki Minaj was at the United Nations. Art, how does a hip hop artist, no disrespect to my sister, Nicki is an intelligent sister, beautiful family. This ain't personal, this political art. But how does a rapper, how does a hip hop artist go from rap to giving speeches at the United Nations? And on November the 18th, Nicki Minaj gave a speech supporting Donald Trump's intervention in northern Nigeria on behalf of the Christians.
One of the most eaten crops that you were never supposed to eat is the Brussels sprout. Brussels sprouts evolved to be extremely bitter so that they could avoid being eaten. Almost every normal-sized human has a gene called the TAS2R38, but only about half the population has the version that makes you extremely sensitive to bitter flavors. So most of you normal people can't comfortably eat Brussels sprouts. That means half of all the kids being forced to eat Brussels sprouts were eating something genetically designed to repel them, but schools and parents kept forcing their kids to eat it. It wasn't until the 1990s that Dutch breeders reduced the bitterness so that more people could actually eat it. An entire generation forced to eat something that their genes told them to reject, and by the time they fixed it, those kids were already adults, which is pretty insane.
Jay-Z is a mastermind. He's a mastermind. All it took was an announcement that he's headlining the Roots Picnic and a concert, and him announcing this, surprise concert for y'all to forget. I ain't forget though. I ain't forget. TikTok, I'm not spreading no false information. Don't take this video down like you did the last one. But I thought we agreed that something was, you feel me? I forgot that y'all the people that support the perpetrator and not the victim. You feel what I'm saying? I forgot that. My fault. Yeah, he's a mastermind though. You feel what I'm saying? Y'all forgot so fast. I'm talking dementia. You feel what I'm saying? Y'all, the squirrel brain. Like,
wake up early, bitch, I gotta get some move. In my pockets, I got cheese, I got dough. I got product moving, shipping.